everybody, welcome into another lacrosse preview. Olivia Becker, joined by Patrick Strawn with another beautiful day here in Lynchburg, and we are going to look back at lacrosse against Tech this past weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great way for the Flames to cap off their season. We always talk about how this matchup is just one of the better rivalries in all the SELC and even in the country. I mean, when you have two of the nation's best going at it, and this season was no different. The number 3 Flames went into Blacksburg taking on the number 11 Hokies, and Flames at the start of the game really looked like they were going to go on cruise control, went up 4-0, but Virginia Tech showed why they're one of the better teams in the country as well. Not only were able to cut into that lead, but then were able to take the lead themselves, and then we saw a lot of back and forth go between the two teams, but the Flames, that offensive firepower that we've been touching on all season long and that balanced attack really paved the way for them to be able to get the 1-goal victory, clinch the division, and then be able to have a perfect 14-0 season.
Even though it was a close game, Liberty was able to come out with that win and have a perfect end to their regular season, which is actually the first time ever in the history.
Yeah, it is. It's the first time ever in program history, and I mean, it just goes with a lot of the firsts that the Flames were able to have this season, not only winning the Northwest Division, but even more so that they were able to climb the highest they've ever been in all the MCLA. So that is just fantastic for the Flames because as one of the things that they were able to do was they wanted to just continue to build on momentum, and obviously I don't know if it was something they've been thinking about once they got to a certain point in the year, but they were able to keep the winning streak going, and now are at a perfect 14-0, and I think it just bodes well for them because it's going to help with their seeding coming down the road more so for the national tournament. But before that, obviously, they want to take care of business in Atlanta at the SELC, and this is going to help them with just taking tons of momentum into the tournament.
Speaking of the team being undefeated, we actually got to sit down with assistant coach Mike Zampano, and he got to touch some on the undefeated season and their plan going into postseason.
The undefeated regular season is a great accomplishment. We've had the guys working really hard for a long time, since September, and I think it's something to be proud of. But I don't think it was something that we were necessarily focused on this year. I think we were just kind of looking at our schedule, and I don't think you really try to count the wins and losses per se, but you're just looking through the schedule to see where you think you really need to pick up your big wins. And fortunately for us, we were able to get big wins, all throughout the year. I think it's just a testament to the work the guys continue to put in, and it's a great accomplishment. But I think we're looking forward to seeing where it will come through in the postseason year. Yeah, I think we've built a strong blueprint on how to take our games kind of game by game, one at a time. Giving our offense a ton of chances to get out early, get out fast, and or build an early lead. And I think that's helped us throughout the course of our year against all the opponents that we've had to face. And the rankings are important, I think, mostly in terms of seeding. I think when you try to get into the national level, you really got to try to work yourself into the best seeding possible. And I think where we've been able to get ourselves this year is going to be a benefit for us. But there's still some things that need to shake out. I think just being focused on that blueprint and giving ourselves a chance to be balanced both offensively and defensively, that will be the key for us going forward and really earning a top national spot for the tournament.
And now heading into the playoffs, like Mike Zampano said, they are trying to continue with their well-balanced team like they had the entire season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the balance is the name of the game. We've been able to see it for the Flames for the majority of the season. As Coach Zampano said, they have the blueprint and the foundation laid out for them to be able to have success in the postseason. And I think that's what they're being able or wanting to achieve, especially with the group of seniors that they have. Obviously, a lot of them have touched on it throughout the year. One of the things that they wanted to do before they left was be able to make their mark, and I think they've been able to do that with already, as we said, perfect 14-0 season and climbing the highest you've ever been able to be in the national rankings at the Division I level. Now you want to be able to try to cap that off with an SELC championship, and they've got the ability to do so. I mean, I know 6 of the 8 teams going into the postseason are ranked in the top 25, but the benefit for the Flames is 4 of the 8 teams they've been able to play as well already this season. So that gives you a little tape on some of the teams that you're going to go against, and then also it bodes well for them that you're familiar with a lot of the competition that you're going to see at the SELC SELC tournament. So I don't think there's going to be too many surprises for them there. And so the Flames have a path really laid out for them to potentially be able to do so. But it will be a tough field, especially with not only along with the Flames, but 3 other teams that you got to believe will be at the national tournament in South Carolina, Georgia Tech, and Virginia Tech. They should get bids with the Flames too, but it really will make for an exciting weekend in Georgia when everything unfolds up this weekend.
Well, Pat, thanks then for your insight. Make sure you guys continue to tune in to all of the social media and follow the Flames as they go through playoffs and hopefully continue to make their mark. For Patrick Strawn, I'm Olivia Becker.